Hello, my friends. This is Frederica Hutchinson, and I'm back with you for another episode of the Life Reimagine show. And this is where we talk about life, we talk about healing, we talk about dreams and walking into destinies and finding your purpose. So, thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking today about progress over perfection. I think this episode is written for me, but I don't think I'm the only one. So, you guys help me out. Wink an eye, do a little finger, something to let me know it's not just me, right? It's not just me. I know it's me. I'm working on it. But what do I mean by progress over perfection? What I mean is not starting projects or not completing projects because we want it to be perfect. Ooh, I just got convicted, y'all. I just got convicted. I've been working on the book for probably 10 years, and I am close, but I was close 10 years ago to completing this book. Have any of you thought about writing a book or thought about starting a business and was just like, I can't because it's not perfect? Well, I'm talking to you. So progress over perfection is exactly that. It means taking small steps. It means just starting. And I use this analogy a lot in this season because I felt like I was stuck for so long. But there's a parable in the Bible, and it talks about a man who was at this pool for years, and he didn't move. And of course, just like many of us, he had all kind of reasons and excuses why. Like, why can't somebody just come pick me up and put me in the water, and then I will be healed? But all these excuses we have, sometimes we're like, well, I wasn't born with this resource, or I don't have this skill or gift. But the part that we're failing to realize is each one of us have a gift. All of us have a gift. I thought for years, I was like, okay, I think he forgot to give me a gift. This person can sing, this person can dance, this person can write, this person can, all these things. And I was like, what about me? I didn't get a gift. And then I started realizing, girl, you got too many gifts. And sometimes it's just activating those gifts that's gonna show us the gifts that we have, is actually doing things. I didn't mean to talk about volunteering in this season, but hey, here we are. It was volunteering that actually encouraged and showed me some of the gifts and skills that I had. I know so many times when we're thinking about transitioning careers or starting a new job or finding a purpose, we often don't think about volunteering. But sometimes volunteering will not only get us exposed to some of the things that we're good at, but it'll also let other people see what we're able to do. And for the most part, if you're going to work for free, chances are you're going to work. So the topic today is progress over perfection. So let me get back on topic. And what I want to talk about is just starting. What I'm doing right now, doing my YouTube channel, being consistent and just starting. Sometimes it's like, okay, I need a studio. And I'll tell you, I was working in an office building. And when I decided, I had been saying for months that I wanted to start a podcast. And it finally dawned on me one day. I work in a beautiful office space. And I was like, why can't I just sit in the lobby on my lunch break? The scenery was beautiful. And why can't I just record? And why can't I just talk? And so I did for years, but I started to think about it. I was like, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what I'm telling you guys today. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know what your dreams and goals are, but you can put them in the comment and we can talk about them. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it's just a matter of pulling out that phone and pressing record. You never know what ideas. Sometimes, one of the things that I love to do is I love to have conversations with my friends. And sometimes it'll spark conversations, it'll spark ideas that I never even thought about, but they're there. They're down in my spirit and in my soul and in my heart. And so sometimes just acknowledging those things that we want to do, because a lot of times we have pushed it down and we pretend or we forget or we're too ashamed or too embarrassed or we feel like such and such is going to say this or and we worry so much about other people and what other people are going to say that we forget that we forget about our own gifts and skills. We forget about our own dreams. And so I want to encourage you in every episode to remember to dream again. Remember who you are. And the best way to do that, I always tell people, remember when you were a kid, what did you used to do? Now, as I say that, I'm reminded I used to make mud pies all the time. I made the best mud pies. I really, really did. And I would sit out there for hours and I would make me pottery to cook my mud pies in. I did. We lived by a creek. But what was funny is I don't cook, y'all. I won't say I'm not a good cook. It's not it ain't my thing. Okay. So finding out what you do. And the reason I'm mentioning that is I just said, sometimes childhood will give you some hints and sometimes not, because cooking ain't my thing. But do go back. Do remember the things that you enjoyed doing. And then the things that you still enjoy doing, let's look at those things. Let's explore those things. Again, what's today's topic? Progress over perfection. Okay, let's talk a little bit about perfection. What is perfection? Let me tell you what perfection is. Have you ever stayed up to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning knowing that you have to go to work the next day? I have. Why? Because I was working on something, and I kid you not, I would get stuck on a sentence, sometimes even a word, and I would research that word, and I would want to know what that word meant, and I would want the cultural meaning of it, and I would want the definition of it, and I would go on and on and on. Why? Because it had to be perfect. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. 9 times out of 10, most people aren't even going to read everything that I wrote anyways. Most of you who know me know when I write paragraphs in books. So most people are not going to read all that stuff. But some reason in my head, I feel from time to time like this has to be perfect. So that's why we're talking about it. Because I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to me too. And I am following my own advice. And one of the things that I've started to do is I'm setting time limits. So if there's something like today, I haven't recorded in a couple days, but I want to be consistent. So I'm out here. I had to do an interview. So let's go ahead and let's record. It doesn't have to be perfect. I didn't have a script for today. I just had my cute little self, and I was just like, okay, pull the camera out. We're going to sit on a rock. We're out here at a beautiful waterfall. I mean, what else could you guys ask for? So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to limit my excuses. When I have excuses, I'm trying to find workarounds. So no, I don't have an office space that I can go to and I can record. But like I said, I may have a beautiful lobby, or I may have the great outdoors. Whatever it is that you have. Some of you have a little space in your house. Some of you have a little space on your back porch. Some of you have a space in your wherever you feel comfortable. Find no more excuses. No more excuses. So whatever it takes to do whatever it is that you're dreaming of. Now, some of you are like, Frederica, now I don't like talking in front of the camera, so you ain't talking to me because I don't want to do no podcast. Well, great. I'm not talking to you regarding that. But it could be you're thinking about going to school. And you might tell yourself, okay, I work a full-time job and the university is across town. Well, guess what? Most of those applications are online today. So you don't even have to leave your house. And the same thing could be true for those of you who are searching for jobs. There are some of you who are searching for a job and you're thinking to yourself, I don't have time because I work 8 to 5 every day. I don't have time, or I work a 12-hour shift, or you don't understand. Or even I work a third shift job. I don't have time to do a job search every single day. So whatever your situation is, there is something that you can do to still be able to accommodate and to be able to make progress. Again, the goal today is not perfection. It's starting. It is just starting. So what can you do to start your day? Okay, somebody put something for me in the comments. What is it? Something you can do to make a difference and impact in your life? Okay, so progress over perfection. So we're still talking about perfection. My little perfectionist. I'll tell you, I sit here and I just smiled, and this tooth here. I remember when I first, after I lost that tooth, I remember thinking to myself, oh, my smile. And I used to always get compliments on my smile, and I was like, I can't do it, I cannot. And you know what? To be honest, I kind of hold my mouth a little differently when I record. Sometimes I change the camera angle, but I'm not, until the day that I get my little implant, I'm not gonna change up. I'm not gonna not record because of a flaw or embarrassment or shame. I'm just not gonna do it. And I'm gonna encourage you, whatever it is, whether it's your weight or your hair or whatever the situation. I done got on this I've got on this podcast number of times in my hair. I'm sitting there going back looking at videos like, girl, you could have used some edge control. Something. But or you know, looking like, you know, you could have put some lipstick on, something. You could have done a little better. But I'm in a season of, I'm not gonna allow my exterior to keep me from sharing the knowledge that I have. And you guys have knowledge as well. So whatever it is, and when I say knowledge, it's not even just knowledge. You have gifts. You have gifts. And what are these gifts I'm talking about? You have skills. There is something that you have that no one else has. There's something that you have that I need. There are some people who are not even going to be able to move forward in their life until you have given that thing that's been put inside of you. And so that's one of the reasons I want to keep encouraging you guys. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep fighting. Fight, fight, fight. Yes, literally fight. I want to encourage you to keep fighting. I recently had something very, very beautiful happen. So some of you know I went on a journey to California. It was a journey. We went for a sad reason, but there was a lot of beauty that came out of it. A lot. For me, a lot of healing. It's caused me to reflect a lot, and I want to encourage you guys to. But one of the things that came out of it was a song. I don't have the song present today, but I promise I'm going to upload it to you guys soon. But this song it talks about rising and what it means to rise. And I know our topic today is progress over perfection. And the reason I'm bringing up this song is because it just talks about, you know, sometimes you're tired and sometimes you have to rest. But when you're ready, get up. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. It's not the right season for everything. Fruits and vegetables and the earth teaches us that. But start planning. It's never too late to plan. And then let's act on it. Let's start small. It doesn't have to be big. And again, I'm talking to my perfectionist sisters and brothers. I know how it is. I've been operating in perfectionism for years. And yes, I did say ism. But yes, we don't have to be perfect. We weren't even created to be perfect. We somehow in our own minds have told ourselves that everything has to be perfect, and they don't. I just want to encourage you guys to take in, stop, enjoy the journey. So as always, I try to give you an opportunity to kind of look around and get to enjoy what I get to enjoy. I always end up talking more than I say I will. So I'm gonna be quiet for a moment, and I'm gonna share this beautiful waterfall that's behind me. And you just think about what you can do differently. Something that you can do small. It doesn't have to be big. So here you go. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining me again for another episode of the Life Reimagined show, where we're reimagining life and we're healing all at the same time. Thank you, and can't wait to see you next time. Have a wonderful, amazing, great day.